Welcome to today's practice video. This group started in Melbourne back in March 2020, and our daily movement and mindfulness practices are still going today. Please subscribe to the channel. You're welcome to share this. If you would like to join our daily practice, drop us a note. Details are on the About tab on the YouTube channel. Remember that the journey of 1,000 miles starts beneath your feet, so I hope you will be inspired to join us for daily practice.
Hello everyone, I'm back. Today's musical oracle is Prince. Prince says, do what you damn well like, but always do it to the utmost. Never lose touch with your colourful side, and your dream home lies outside of time. Thanks, Prince.
Nice one. So purple. Let's just start by just shaking out arms and legs. So today we're going to do one specific exercise called Ping Shuai Gong. I think most of you have done it before, but it's a meditative exercise. All of Qigong essentially is moving meditation, but this is a thing invented by someone in Taiwan, and millions of people do this every day. It's believed to cure cancer. And I don't think that's been scientifically proven, but many people in Taiwan seem to think that, according to the internet and even Wikipedia, funnily enough. So it's a very simple exercise. We just swing our arms up and take them back, and then on every fifth breath, we bend our knees and then we come back up. And essentially, the whole exercise is just to move our chi, move our energy away from our extremities, from our toes and from our fingers, and back to our organs. So each of the 3 rounds has a different purpose. So we might just talk through that as we go before each round. But the first round, the first 10 minutes, the one we've done in the past, is just to get our blood circulation going. So let's just start by just a couple of little simple warm-ups. Let's inhale to lift our chin up. Exhale, take the chin down to the chest. Inhale to lift the chin. Side up. Let's take our right ear down to our shoulder, and then roll the chin into the chest. Just come up halfway. And then let's take the left ear to the left shoulder, roll the chin to the chest. Just small circles. Let's take a big shrug, shoulders right up to the ears, and just roll through the shoulders. I have a friend of mine who does Ping Shuai who says it helps her shoulders, but I don't think that's really what it's about. It's mainly about blood flow, mainly about getting your chi moving. So let's try and get out of our heads, get back into our body today. Very calm, meditative exercise. Should we start the timer?
Yeah. First 10 minutes starts now.
All right, let's slowly inhale and bring our hands up. Just shoulder height, and then swing. On the 5th one, as we come up, we bend down and come back up. So just come down as far as your range of movement allows. And see if you can bring your energy in between your shoulder blades and just sink down. You might want to scan through your body and see if there's any tension anywhere. See if you can allow it to melt down through your feet. Maybe check in with your jaw, with your teeth, if there's any tension there. And your arms should really feel effortless, not like you're lifting them up. You're just allowing the momentum to take them back up. Maybe bring your attention back to your toes, the heel of your feet. Feel your connection to the ground. Over the course of this practice, it'll become stronger. There's two main energy points where qi enters our body. We mainly get qi from the food we eat and the air we breathe, but we also get it from our surroundings. It comes up through the kidney 1 point on the bottom of our foot, the bubbling spring point, and also through the middle of our palm. So in the course of the practice, you might want to bring your attention to those two parts of your body. The point in the middle of your palm on your pericardium meridian is your Lao Gong point. It's believed when you press along this meridian, you can calm yourself. So if you ever feel stressed or tense, find those points. Take a breath. And allow your heart just to be a little still. So Ping Shuai Gong means swing arms with evenness. The arm swinging exercise. Gong is the word for work in Chinese. This is the kind of movement that doesn't put strain on either side of your body. So many things that we do, we tend to favor our left or our right, either because of our habits, how we sit, how we stand, how we sleep. Or maybe we're lifting babies or lifting heavy equipment, and we always use one side of our body. And slowly over time, we can become quite imbalanced without even noticing. Wherever your mind is taking you, just come back into your breath, into the feeling in your body. This isn't one of those exercises where we move with our breath. But you can nevertheless, at any time in life, choose a moment of mindfulness simply by bringing your attention to your in-breath and sighing it out. Like the Western world has decided that multitasking is a sign of evolution. How many multiple things can we do at the same time? Can we read our phone while we brush our teeth? Maybe when we just pare things back a little, focus our energy on one thing, we might start to enjoy everything a little more. You might start to feel a different bit of energy in your fingers around about now. This is that feeling of chi, of energy moving in your body. Your hands might feel a little thicker, a little heavier. Our fingers and our toes are the furthest away points from our organs on our body. So much of our energy can get stuck, can pool there. So the theory with this part of this first 10 minutes of Ping Shuai is that we are just circulating the blood through our body. You might be able to already feel that. With our blood comes oxygen moving back through our arteries, back through our nervous system. People who do a lot of Qigong always have very warm hands and very warm feet. Apparently you can tell a good Qigong teacher by shaking their hand and seeing what kind of response you get. My hands are still pretty cold. But, you know, all in good time. Let's try bringing us just a hint of a smile in the corner of our mouths. To embrace that feeling of feeling a little ridiculous.
Wow.
All right, slowly come up and come back to stillness. Let's just have a minute or so, shake it out. We have done the first 10 minutes of Ping Shuai. The second 10 minutes is for our organs. So we've got our circulation happening and now we're feeding into our organs. So over time, Qi will more effectively connect. What else did I read about this morning? Yeah, this is for our arteries, our blood vessels. Take a deep breath. Let it go. All right, should we get going? All right, round two. So we're in uncharted territory here for the not doing practice group. You felt the benefits of Ping Shuai after 10 minutes. Let's see what happens after 20 minutes. Let's slowly inhale, raise our arms up. And swing. 3, 4, 5. So when my Qigong teacher, when I was in Bali, first taught me this, he showed it to me and I did it. And I remember having that feeling of, when is it going to end? And then he started the second 10 minutes. And I was like, where am I? Is this some strange cult? And then I think my next thought was, I will never do this again. This is ridiculous. And now, 2 years later, it's one of my favorite exercises. Probably everyone's out of sync now. Most important thing with things like this is just noticing how you feel both before and after, and clocking the change. So often we think in life we need complex intellectual answers. We read so many things, we watch so many things on the news trying to tell us what the answer will be. And for me, Ping Shuai teaches us that we already have the answer. Our body's healing capacity is immense. This is why all around us, nature keeps going, keeps moving. After a bushfire, you see amazing regrowth, even after devastation. Because nature and our bodies, we just know what to do. We don't have to think about it. The bush doesn't grow back because it gets inspired or it watches the news or it reads a good book. The bush just grows back because that's what it does. We have a life force energy. Sometimes we have to switch off that mischievous mind that's always looking for the answer, always going to the doctor, always thinking there's some intellectual thing that we've missed. We just come back to the point of getting into our body and reconnecting with that idea that our body is incredible and our body knows what to do. The problem is our own habits. The problem is the patterns of our lives. What we do, maybe how much we drink, what we eat, whether we get a good night's sleep, how hard we work, how efficiently we work. These are all the patterns of our lives, and quite often they get in the way of our body's healing capacity. Bring your attention back to your shoulders. Just see if you can relax them down. We hold so much tension in our shoulders and our neck. How are you feeling, Emily?
Good. I'm in a bit of a trance.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job talking while swimming. It's hard.
I wonder what those people think about when they go from Australia to New Zealand in a kayak, or they swim the English Channel 20 times in a row. Must be amazing just having that time to stew in your own thoughts. Must come up with all kinds of crazy things. Let's take our mind back to our feet now. Press through our toes. Does the feeling of the ground feel a little different than it did when we started? Just take your attention down to the inside arch of your foot, your heel. You might find you have a bit of a deeper connection, a stronger connection. Only a few minutes to go this round, so let's bring that small smile back on our face. Take a breath. We might spend a moment thinking about those organs in our body, our heart, our lungs, our kidney, our spleen, liver, all day, every day, doing things for us, without us having to think about it, without us having to remember. Imagine how stressful life would be if you had to remember to breathe 20,000 times a day. It'd be hard to get anything done. Imagine how hard it would be if we had to use our mind to speed up our heart every time we needed to run somewhere. Imagine how busy we'd be if we had to remember to digest our food. But all these processes happen because our body knows what to do, our body knows what it needs. It's just our mind getting in the way. Mind is always hungry and we always indulge it. All right, clock is winding down. Let's shake it up. So we're 20 minutes into our epic Ping Shuai session. Thank you for having the patience and the trust. Just take one moment in stillness just to see how our body is feeling right now. I've got like a tingling pretty much everywhere. What about you, Emily?
Yeah, my face feels hot. My hands feel cold still.
Still got work to do. Let's take a moment to just log how quiet your mind is, how your body feels, where you might have moved some energy around. Come back into your breath. If you're like me back in Bali, when I learned this, you're probably going, get me out of here. Maybe you're thinking of turning off your screen right now. Hopefully we can just have the patience and the trust to do one more series of 10 minutes. My teacher in Bali said, if you don't do 30 minutes today, you will never do 30 minutes. Whatever we do imprints how we live. So our habit imprints what we do the next day. And the only way to learn a new habit is to keep doing it so that it becomes natural, so it becomes effortless. So every time you do a new thing, whatever that thing may be, just switch off that judgmental mind, switch off that sense of always believing you can't do it or it's not possible or a sense of doubt or self-analysis. Just switch it off and come back to our breath. The only way you know you can do something is to do it. And just see what happens. All right, the third Ping Shuai series is for curing the illnesses. So this is where we get into the hidden things that might be in our body and they haven't come out yet. And this is when our blood flow, our qi movement really works its magic between our cells, between our organs. And quite often we have things that sit in our body, just 1 or 2%, and they might become future illnesses or they might not. And the reason they don't is because we just create better habits, whatever it is, the nutrients that our body need or letting go of things that are toxins in our body. So the third round of 10 minutes is all about that, finding these hidden illnesses and getting rid of them. Should we start the clock?
Let's start it.
We're going to do our third 10 minutes face to face, just for the sake of variety.
Shake it up a bit.
All right. Let's inhale to take our arms up.
We've got enough room behind you.
And let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring our attention back to our shoulders. Can we release that space in between our shoulder blades in the middle of our back? Just allow our arms to grow heavy. If we brought any tension into our face and our jaw, smile it out. Your mind is busy. Just untangle your thoughts. Come back to your breath. Tell yourself there's no problem to solve right now. Nowhere else to be. Nothing else to do. As you sigh out whatever that busyness might be, maybe we come a little closer to just teaching ourselves to be present. This is a lifelong challenge. You only get glimpses of it now and then. You quiet down your mind. Mind is like anything else, it needs training. Let's bring attention back to our bubbling spring point below our feet. Our connection with the earth. And also back to our Lao Gung point, that one in the middle of our palm. You might feel the energy coming through your palms from the ground. New beginnings, new learning, maybe new habits once we let go of the old, make some room. As a species, we were hunter-gatherers for 70 or 80,000 years before now. And when you think about the Industrial Revolution only being a few hundred years ago, and this current tech age only being one generation, it's fascinating to think about how our makeup, our nervous system, was determined by that 70 or 80,000 years that came prior. This is when we moved around all the time. We were hunter-gatherers. We only ate what we needed. There were no obese people. There wasn't much disease because people always kept moving. Disease only started when we gathered in cities and in large groups. So our makeup, our nervous system, the patterns that we have, so many of them are determined by those 70 or 80,000 years that came prior, generation after generation. And maybe we haven't adapted too well to the current world. So our bodies are still hungering for the same things that they did when we were hunter-gatherers. We can always learn new habits. Think about teeth brushing as one. Like that's only a habit of the last 100 or so years. never brushed our teeth when we were hunter-gatherers. So we can all learn as a species to do something different when we need to. Back when we were hunter-gatherers, we didn't eat any sugar, so our teeth were a little better than they are now. This kind of primal movement, maybe it takes you back to connect with your Homo sapien ancestors. They never wore shoes. They would always feel the earth beneath them. They would only take the resources they need. They would never hoard things or collect things. How long to go, Emily?
About a minute and a half.
Okay, 1 minute to go.
No, more than a minute.
We lost it. Lost our Ping Shuai evenness.
Now it's a minute.
Okay, 1 minute to go. Whoever is still doing Ping Shuai with us, feel the collective energy. Do a countdown at the end, Emily.
I can't. Not that coordinated.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Just come back into a standing position. Might just turn the sound on. If anyone has anything they would like to share about how they feel right now, please do.
I think I just got rid of the knot in my shoulders.
Maybe.
My legs are burning.
The pain in my lower back's gone.
Okay.
And
Oh, the pain from my right side is now even out of my left hand right.
Nice. Does everyone have that tingling feeling all across the...
Oh yeah, tingling, tingling hands, tingling arms.
The feeling of chi moving in your body. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Like a bottle of champagne about to go off.
You've done very amazingly to get through that. You've done better than I did when I first did Ping Shuai. I thought it was ridiculous, and so many things in life, it takes you a while to come around to them, to understand what they need from you. So just trust in our body's healing capacity, trust that we already have all the answers we need if we practice. Thank you for sharing practice today, everyone.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
That was
Thank
great.
you, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks, Rich and Emily.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. See you later.